G'day guys, Chris from the Ultimate Recycler. Welcome back to another episode of Monday Marathon. We'll disregard the fact that it's Tuesday. Every Monday I pick up a pile of e-waste or electrical stuff that's destined to head out to the waste stream from our local charity shop, or as we call them in Australia, op shops. I've kind of convinced myself to keep saying charity shop now because most of you know what that means. And we pick it up to save it. We see if we can fix it, clean it, test it, make sure it's safe, and sell it through my second-hand shop or through Facebook buy, swap and sell groups. Have a really good success rate. We usually get about 80 to 90% of the stuff that would have gone to waste back into the circular economy where people can use it. Most of it's pretty good. Sometimes it's thrown, well, it's donated to the charity shop in less than ideal conditions and usually not working, and sometimes it's just too far gone or simply too dirty to do much with, but we do manage to save most of it. This week I have a large tub full of bits and pieces. I can see some electronic stuff, some kitchen appliances. There's a TV screen over this side. There's either a monitor or a TV screen here. I haven't had a good look. And we have a vacuum. This is a Shark, and I think they're a reasonably good vacuum, so we'll check that out. Looks like it's got the power adapter for it. Sometimes, of course, we're missing those things. And also each week, for those new here, I like to try and spend some of my money in the shop and see if I can purchase something to flip. It's a bit of a personal challenge I've got. I've never not purchased anything. Sometimes the pickings aren't very good. This week we got, I've just pulled it apart, we just got a basic kitchen scale set here. I don't remember what brand it is, but it's probably slightly vintage, maybe 1990s, maybe early 2000s. They've used this style for quite a long time. They're fairly handy. I know I actually use one like this when I'm packaging up eBay parcels. They're, you don't need to have a digital scale set. These are pretty accurate, the old analog ones. So I think I paid, there was a price here of $2. I think their writing's awfully hard to read. Depends what ladies are on. That was 50 cents. I think I'll get $10 for that. I'm not sure what they retail for, but that one's pretty much as new. So if we only get 5, we're 10 timesing our money. That would be disappointing, wouldn't it? Anyway, I think I'll try 10 on that. I also purchased, and I usually buy these when I see them, a little coffee filter plunger in good condition, nice and clean, don't even have to wash it. This must have been donated by someone that had a bit of a conscience and wanted to donate clean stuff. It's actually not that common. That one was, I think the price fell off it. That was $2, I think. I should get 10 to 15 for that one fairly easily. So that's good, don't even have to spend time cleaning it. So our little purchase challenge this week has been successful. Let's dive into this box and see if we've got much value and see how much work's involved. I've moved the bigger items off the bench so that we can go through and get these sorted. I didn't test the TVs first because I suspect the remotes might be in this box, or at least I hope they are. That's a nice looking iron. That's a Sunbeam in very clean condition, and it looks undamaged, and interesting gold plate on it. Oh, it's broken on the corner. It's been dropped. Oh, that's a shame. So it's got a piece broken out of it, and I can't pass that as on a safety test because if there's any breakage or cracks to the housing, they're just not safe. You don't know what internal damage it's done. You don't know if it's a live wire just in there. It's not something I can sell. Because of that, unfortunately, it's only the bottom plate that's broken, but I don't want to hold on to it just in case I get another one that's no good everywhere else and that plate's good. So unfortunately, we'll probably scrap that one because I'll just simply run out of room in my shed. So I think we'll just cut our losses on that one. We'll snip the cord off. We get some value there for electric wire. I'm not going to pull it apart any further. The base is cast aluminium, but it's got a built-in element, so it'll only ever get irony aluminium price at the scrapyard, which isn't a great deal. Not worth pulling it apart. I don't think there's any parts I really want to try and save off that one. Yeah, a shame it's been broken. Okay, we have a kitchen cooker or some sort here. It's a sandwich press, is it? Oh, it's a large pie maker. That looks in reasonable condition, and the Teflon surface looks good. It's a little oily, but there's no scratching. It's an Ambiano, which possibly is a Aldi brand. Be a supermarket brand anyway. Pie maker. All right, so it does need a bit of a clean, but other than that, it's not damaged. I think it's probably worth a bit of a wipe over. The cord looks good. Let's plug this one in and give it a test straight away and see if it works. Okay, let's plug this thing in through the appliance tester. Make sure it's safe to use. We have a power light. Let's see if it has an earth. Probably going to screw back here. Yes, it passes the earth test. And it's heating up top and bottom. Yep, very good. So I can't see any issues with that other than it needs a clean. Don't think it's worth a great deal. In fact, I'm sure it's not, but we could try $10 on it. Worth a quick clean for $10 to save it going into the waste stream. So good, we'll clean that up later. What's next in this box? We have, I don't know what that's off. Of course, it may be off something that the charity shop didn't continue to put in my box. Or maybe they didn't know what it was off and just put it in my box for me to sort out. Is this, it's in a box, is it a pendant lamp? Because that's what's in here. It's been opened, or it's been mangled a bit too. Looks like it is. Yeah. It's possibly never been used. Oh, it's just got two wiring terminals there. That's strange. But the shade looks good. Oh, the rest of it's in here. Oh, there's the light fitting. So maybe it has been used and been taken down and put in the box, but it is the same one that the box pictures. Maybe it was unpacked. That's not the right... Don't think that's the right gallery for it. What's going on here? We have, oh okay, we have more bits in the bottom here. We have, yeah, something's going on here. We have half of the connector thingo that was supposed to plug in to your standard bayonet style socket, and there's only half of it. Alright, well I can easily fit one of those to it, and maybe that goes, I don't think this is off it. It looks different to the picture. That's different, yeah. I think this is what's left after someone's installed a new pendant light and they've put all the bits in here. So that will work. And I think that screws on there. Okay, so I think we can make it work. That part's okay, and the globe will go in there and it hangs fine. There's our cover for the roof. So all it is missing is the remainder of this part, and the other half isn't in there, so I'll have to find something for that. But that will work. So we've got a pendant light to sell. It's dusty, so it's certainly been hanging. So I reckon someone's changed this, and in the process perhaps they broke this bit, and then that's probably off the light they put up they didn't use or something. But I'll possibly use that. Anyway, it's worth keeping. That one's not. So we have a pendant lamp here that could certainly be sold just as it is, because they need to be wired in by an electrician. At least they do if the wires are like that. If it had the proper plug-in for it, we wouldn't need it. I might put one of those on it at the shop, and then we can sell it as it is. All right, we might get $10 for that if it's fixed up and hanging in the shop. I don't think we need the instructions. They can go in the recycle bin. And I'll keep that for a future lamp job. And just looking in this box, it's got the big piece of the white polystyrene that really can't go in the recycle bin here. It'll have to go in the rubbish bin, unfortunately. But the cardboard box can be recycled. And next thing in the tub here is another boxed item, and I'm presuming it's an Arlic heater. It's amazing how many heaters I've been getting lately. We're moving into, well, we're into spring now. The weather's warming up, and I guess people are having spring cleaning jobs at their house, deciding they don't need heaters, at least for another 6 months. And maybe they're upgrading. Anyway, this one looks good. Don't think it's new, even though it's been put back in the plastic bag. That's in excellent condition. It's nice and clean inside too. So it's got a safety switch underneath. So we'll check this. It's going to be a bit harder to sell heaters this time of the year because people just aren't using them, of course. All right, let's give this a power up to the appliance tester. It's double insulated. We've got no metal on it at all. It looks like it's okay. We have a fan. Nice and quiet, works well. And we have heat 1. Yep, that's working. And full heat, excellent, works beautifully. Smells dusty, but not too bad. Turn the thermostat down to make sure that clicks out. Yep. And make sure the trip over switch works, or the tip over switch, yep. Very good. That passes all the tests. Virtually doesn't need a clean at all, so that's excellent. I might just put $10 on it, because if I can flip them quick, I don't need to worry about getting too much for them. And as I said, in spring's probably not the best time to sell heaters, although some nights are still chilly, and some people might be organised enough to plan for next year. So good, that's an easy one. We'll put that away. The box that it came in, more recycling. We have a receipt here. It came from Bunnings, which is our big hardware store here, and it was only $19. No, it was $20. And it was purchased 2019, so it's 6 years old, but I don't think it's been, or maybe only been used a short time. So $20, brand new. We should be able to get 10 though still. It's pretty much would suit a new buyer. And just have some instructions in there, or a warranty sheet or something, user manual, and some little ties which I keep because they're handy for twitching up cords when I'm finished sorting out this e-waste. Okay, so we'll aim for 10 for that, and more recycling for the cardboard bin. Next out of the tub is a little kitchen grill or cooker. Oh, it's what's going on the top here? I think something's melted into the paint or scraped it. That's a shame. What brand? It's a Russell Hobbs. It looks pretty clean on the front, or reasonably neat anyway. Oh, is that what's done it? This tape is very gooey and it's left a lot of residue. That should clean up, but it looks like it's affected the paint there. Hopefully not. We'll try and clean it up, assuming it tests okay. Has a little aluminium tray in here, and a little wire rack. It's a bit oily and greasy inside. To clean up okay. I don't want to go to too much trouble, but it doesn't seem to be damaged. The cord's tied up in a zip tie here. Whoops, that sticky stuff gets everywhere. So we can give it a check, make sure it works and make sure it's safe before we do any cleaning. And I don't know if it's really worth going to much trouble. How much are these things to buy? I'm not sure. I'm thinking I'd only put $10 on it. Let's see if it works. I'll plug it into our appliance tester and power that up. Make sure we've got an earth because this one's all metal. Yes, that passes. And we'll see if something happens. Where are we? Temperature. And there's a timer, I think. There we go, the light comes on. Yep, that element's warming up nicely. So there's a timer, and It says stay on, so you can obviously set the timer, or you can have it so it's just switched permanently on. Oh, it's heating up quite well. Okay, I'm assuming that oh, that's the stay on part where the timer doesn't go. So it sounds like it's working fine. That was set to flat out. So it's toast and grill. I have two elements. I think it's only... oh, it's got an element down the bottom. That's working too. Okay, so it works well. Just needs to clean up. I might check out online to see how much they are. I don't want to go to too much trouble, but I'm hoping some alcohol might clean that sticky stuff up really easily. It's not too bad inside, so... alright, I think we can sell that one. It tests out safe. We'll clean it up when it cools down. Oh, there's the tray for it. What else have we got in this box? Not much else, actually. We have a Samsung, what's this, a set-top box or a DVD player? Looks like it's a Blu-ray disc player with lots of painter's tape here. Oops, it's just taken the sticker off the back. Okay, we might glue that back on. So we can check if this works. These things sell okay. We do have the remote for it. And what do we do when we find remotes? We check to see if there's batteries. There's none in it, so that's a good sign. No corrosion. I'll get a TV out here shortly and we'll give that a test and make sure it works. But that's all right. They're easy to clean up. And if it works, we should get $10, maybe even $20, being a Blu-ray disc player and the remote. Okay, what else is in our tub? Here's a little, I'm guessing a set-top box here. Digital tuner. We've got the audio-visual cables hooked up to it as well. And these can sell okay, and they're a great way to bring an old style CRT TV back into use, because you can tune all the current channels through this. So I will check this and make sure it works. I'm not sure if we have a remote for it. What's this remote? I think that's for one of the TVs. No, we don't have any remotes for that. That's a shame. I think you pretty much need a remote to tune them in. Might have one at the shop, a TIAC. So there's probably not much value as it is. Perhaps we'll disregard that and I'll check it out at the shop and see if I can get it going. If it does work and I have a remote, I'm probably going to only ask $10 anyway, so not much value with that one. Righto, we have a HDMI cable. I sell these for $3 each in the shop. We have a, what's this, a mini hair straightener. Absolutely tiny. There's a little sticker here that I think I might have to glue that down, but it says please remove before use, so someone has used it without removing that sticker. So I'll have to clean that up. Assuming it works, it's a cute little hair straightener. It'd probably be a good travel one. VS Sassoon, reasonable brand I think for hair products. Let's plug it in and see if it works. Okay. It's double insulated, it's on. Is it getting hot? Yes, getting hot. Just got a basic on off, there's no temperature control. Really basic little hair straightener. How do the things close? Do they lock down? Probably with... no, I don't think they do. Oh, maybe you just wrap the cord around it to hold it together. So only $5 for that one, but it does test safe and it does work. I've just got to clean off that old sticker. And the only other thing in the tub here is a power supply for what? 12 volts, 5 amps. I don't think anything we had here required a power supply. Maybe it's for one of the TVs. Maybe we have a 12 volt TV. All right, we'll clean this stuff up off the bench. I'll do some tidying up with things and we'll move the tub and get the bigger stuff down here and check out the TVs and that Shark vacuum. Let's start with this TV. Oh, I'm presuming it's a TV. It's a TCL, and that's the one that we do have the remote for that we found in the bottom of the box. Let's just check the back of it. And it looks like it is a 12 volt TV. So model L24, 24 centimeters, 24 inch, I'm not sure, we'll measure that. Have a range of inputs including HDMI. It's got the RF input. It's definitely a TV, not a monitor. Let's hope it works, and hopefully it can get all the channels, because it's pretty hard to sell the TVs now that the channels have changed and they're broadcasting in different format, and older TVs can only get a few of the traditional channels like the ABC. They can't get the common most watched channels like 9 or 7. It makes them very hard to sell. This would work fine as a monitor, especially given that it's got HDMI. So we could probably use this to check that Blu-ray player. Let's plug it in and test it. I'll find that power supply we had before, which I now have, and it's not actually branded TCL, so it may not be the original power supply. It does deliver 5 amps, which should be ample for this TV, and it's the right plug to fit in the back. So let's power it up and see if we have any life. Okay, we have a standby light. Do we have to actually turn it on? There's a switch on the back here. Yep, okay, something's happening. I guess we'll have a logo come up if it works. Oh, it's set to HDMI 2, must have 2 inputs. All right, so it looks like it's going to work. We have to get batteries for the remote though. Okay, now it says no signal, so it looks promising. We certainly should be able to test the Blu-ray player through it, but I will take it inside and see. That's going to work fine, and see if it gets all the channels. So it does have 2 HDMIs. Let's go back to that source. And it's not going to pick up anything because we don't have an antenna. All right, we'll get the Blu-ray player fired up and hooked up to it, and we'll probably use the HDMI cable that we got in the box and see if that works. All hooked up now, and I had to find some batteries for this remote, so I'm running a bit short, so I raided the air conditioner remote control. So that should power up. I've plugged it into HDMI 2, so let's locate that. Okay, and it should pick up the Samsung. Oh, maybe it isn't on yet. Okay, I think it's waking up. There we go. All right, and let's make sure the tray opens in case the belt might have perished or something. Where's our open button there? Very good. I don't have a Blu-ray disc here, but we've got something we can play. This was in a recent DVD player. It's Jurassic Park 2. So let's see if it reads it. It's making all the appropriate noises, plus a few bonus ones. Okay, it looks like it's going to read fine. Excellent. So the TV is working great. Our sound's good. The remote functions all work. Very good. Okay, I just really need to see if the TV is going to get all the channels. If not, we could actually run it through that set-top box we had. Should be able to get all channels through that. And if it does get all channels, it should be quite a saleable TV, maybe $40, $50. Maybe not quite. But if it doesn't get all the channels, it's really only going to be a $10, maybe a $20 monitor. We'll see how we go. But it looks like the DVD player is working fine. Play. And being a Samsung with a remote and Blu-ray, we should get at least 20 for that. So got some good value here. I'll check the TV inside and I'll let you know how it goes. Back in the shed this morning to finish off this job. We have one more TV to test. I can tell you that the little TCL TV worked beautifully. It can get all the channels and the remote works fine. It's a great little TV. So I think I'll probably get 60 or so for that. This is an I think it's an Eco. It's extremely light. It's like one of the lightest TVs I've ever had. There's probably hardly anything in it. Unfortunately, I don't have a stand for it. It would have had feet either side. I don't have any that will go on this one. I am starting to save the feet from any TVs that I scrap or send to Ewaste, because quite a lot come in that have been wall mounted and the original feet have been lost. I don't have them for this model, and you can't really sit it on its flat base because the little infrared sensor is sort of proud, so it wobbles. Now, it is a TV. It's got an antenna input, it's got HDMI, and it's got all your standard inputs. I don't have a remote for this one. What's it say on the back here? 32-inch HD Android TV. No date, so look, I'm not sure how old it is, but I think it feels like it was a super cheapie. It feels like it was one of the most budget TVs you could buy. Let's see if it works, but given that there's no remote and no stand, if it doesn't get all the channels, I'm not even going to try and sell it. It just isn't worth the hassle. Simply to use as a computer monitor, it would work, as it has HDMI, but there's no stand with it. It'd have to be wall mounted. No one's going to spend that sort of money on a really cheap unit. I don't think I've heard of Eco. All right, let's power it up. See what happens. If it does get all the channels, well, maybe I'll put a low price on it, but I think I'm likely to be just sending it to Ewaste. Maybe we'll pull the back off and show you how little is in these TVs. Right, so we have a standby light. Where are did it have any switches? Surely you must be able to operate it without a remote. Oh, here we go, underneath. All right, so there's a power button. Let's see if it boots up. There we go, it does. Screen's okay. Android TV. I better check online just in case they're sought after, but it just feels very cheap and nasty to me. But at least I can take it inside, I suppose, and see if it does get all the channels. What's it going to come up with next? It's just going through its boot sequence. Oh, don't tell me it's a smart TV. Okay, well, maybe it's going to be worth something. But I suppose I could check the feet to see if I do have any feet that fit it, and maybe check online to see if I can buy a remote for it. But the fact that it's a smart TV is interesting. I did not expect that. Speaking of surprises, I now have a fully functional and complete TV with legs, with a remote, and it gets all the channels. I was talking it down before. I still think it's a cheaply made TV. I think they are available through some supermarkets. I don't think it's an LD one though. And anyway, it works perfectly. Now, as luck would have it, I kept some old feet, which I mentioned I was going to start doing. That the screw pattern, the actual holes were exactly the right distance. I did have to grind one little plastic lug off, just a locating lug, but the TV is so light and they've screwed up nice and fine, nice and tight. And they came from a Bourne, which was an LD TV that I scrapped because it either didn't work or something, I don't remember, might have even had a broken screen. And I peeled the sticker off, I put it with the feet in a plastic bag, and lo and behold, they were useful one day. Also, the remote, this is an unbranded remote that I just had in my box of remotes. I keep them all, as I've told you. I just put some batteries in it and could not believe that the TV turned on. All the functions work. So there we go. We have a good remote for it. The TV gets all the channels and it's a smart TV as well. So that surprises me. We'll probably get about $50 for it. Look, it is a cheaper brand, but because it's a smart TV, it's a good size. And it's pretty well right to go now. We'll end up doing pretty well out of it, so we won't be scrapping this one now. The last thing to deal with in this week's episode is this Shark Stratos stick vacuum. It looks a pretty flash unit, and I had a feeling that Shark were fairly expensive vacuums. I did check out online, and there's been a couple of these sell for, one was $250, one was $300 second hand. So they must have been a fairly expensive one. I think they're like for pet hair as well. This one doesn't look like it's been very well maintained though. The power head here needs a good dismantle and clean out. It's quite filthy. The dust section in here is full. There's a fair chance there might be a exhaust filter that's blocked that most people don't know is even there. But it looks undamaged, so a bit of a cleanup should be all right. We have the charger for it. Let's see if there's any power in it. Oh yeah. Well, that makes a fair noise. Sounds like a turbo. The head wasn't rotating though. The power head might be jammed up, so maybe that's why someone got rid of it. Obviously the battery holds charge, so I think I'll just go through and clean it up, given that they're worth a fair bit. It looks like it has a hinge in the middle here. Is it a folding mechanism? Oh, there we go. Looks like it folds for storage. How cool is that? So yeah, pretty flash looking unit. Doesn't appear to be damaged at all. Probably just really needs a good service. If it cleans up well and performs nicely, I might even try $100 on it, given that they seem to sell quite well online. I'm not going to sell it online. I'd rather just sell it here for a quick 100. And I do have a lady that's looking for a decent vacuum for pet hair, so this might be a winner all round. Alright, I don't think I need to film cleaning it up. I'm basically just going to pull the head off it. There's usually access panels to get in and clean all it. Usually it's hair wrapping around. Yeah, there's hair wrapped around there. So I'll clean that up, I'll clean the filter, and then next step probably is to have a look at all the stuff on the deck, and it's going to add up to a fair bit this week. A lot of vacuums, whether they be cheap ones or expensive ones, usually get thrown out because people say, oh, they've lost suction, it's obviously worn out, let's buy another one. And some basic maintenance will, especially a quality one, will bring them back to life really easily. So they even provide little quarter turn locking screws to open this bottom cover, so it's not difficult to get into. I've taken the front roller out, it wasn't too bad. I've cleaned up a lot of stuff that was in this little grill here. This still isn't turning properly, but I think it's blocked up. And just to show you, this removes, and that is where the air is supposed to go through. So, you know, a little bit of maintenance. It's amazing it was working at all with that big plug of matted hair and dust. So that's the air tube there, and that's the fitting that you should really check every now and again so it doesn't get partially blocked, or in this case completely blocked. So once I get the rest of this stuff out of here, I'm sure it'll operate beautifully, and we'll have a perfectly operational machine. I still have to clean the other dust component thing off. But yeah, so many people use them without any sort of maintenance at all, and then throw them away and buy another one. Such a waste. We have a really nice display on the deck today, and we have a really high success of saving stuff. In fact, the very first thing we took out of the box was that iron with the damage, and that's the only thing that's actually going to e-waste. We have some cardboard boxes for recycling and other bits of paper shoved inside them. The cord from the iron for our copper wire bins. I'll use that little lamp fitting at some stage. A couple of items to buy, which we bought to flip. 2 really good TVs, one smart TV and another, what was that, the TCL. That's a nice working TV. Both get all the channels. The Shark vacuum came up really good. I have to admit though, I did commit about an hour to cleaning out the power head. It took quite a while to get into it, but it runs magnificently and it's fully charged now, so I think $100 is probably cheap for that. And all the other things on the table there will be right to sell. The set-top box, I have to see if I've got a remote for it, and I may just use that at the shop, just for running old CRT TVs. I like to have them running. But if not, if I find a remote for it, I'll get $10 for it. I won't write it down though. But yeah, really good haul this week. Very happy with this lot. And the notepad reflects how good this week was. We've got some very saleable items. I upped the TVs, the first one to 60, because it's a 12-volt one and it will suit campers, caravans, RV users. And I think that will sell really well. The other one being a smart TV, I think 60 is quite achievable very easily, even though it's a cheaper brand. The Shark vacuum should be a steal at $100. I added in the cables. There was HDMI and a couple of other cables. $310. Really good return. I did commit a fair bit of time to this, so especially that shark vacuum, but I think it was worth it. And we have a few extra things. I just went $10 each on the items to flip. So potentially 330, and we have a set-top box that I may sell down the track for $10 or so if I find a remote for it. Really good week this week, both with stock for the shop and the notepad. Not to mention a really good week for keeping stuff out of the waste stream. So really successful. I was very happy with this lot. I still didn't work out what this is. I don't think it belongs to anything I've got. So might have to go in the bin. I forgot to look back through the previous weeks. I know last week we had the floor lamp with the 2 globes. That has sold, but I don't remember what else has. We'll go back through it next week. Remember, I was a bit busy with a garage sale last week. So thanks for watching this episode. It's I don't know if it's a long one or not. I haven't put it all together yet on the in the editing program, but you'll see it soon. Have a good week. We'll catch you next time for probably the emergency storage shed video next. See you then. Bye for now.